Welcome back. We're talking about the Family Resource Center, South Atlantic, and the NC Fatherhood Conference. Joining me are two NC Fatherhood Conference chairs, Ken Perry and also Derrick Byrd. And to both of you, thank you. Thank you for hanging around. And Ken, nice to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Well, who wants to take it? What is the Fathers Conference all about?
We appreciate you having us here to talk about the conference. We're so excited. This is our 6th year, and the conference is really about recognizing dads and letting them know that they're important, and that the whole purpose of the conference is to help dads stay in touch and be present in their kids' lives. So we're really excited about the workshops that we offer, and also about the continuing of fathers showing up each year. We get about 25% new fathers or attendees each year, and part of that is because we've used this philosophy about getting all the information down to the grassroots for the folks who really need it. You know, sometimes we go to a workshop or conference, there's a lot of the professionals there, and then it's hard to get the information down to the fathers who really need the information. So we pride ourselves in coming and showing up, and then bringing 3 or 5 guys who might not normally come to a conference like this, so they can get the information and can benefit from that. We want to make sure that dads are important and present in their kids' lives.
For dads, I mean, what are the challenges for dads? I mean, a lot of it is fathers aren't engaged in their families. There's that. There's also the law tends to favor the mom when that sometimes there are divorces next. So why are dads not connecting as much as they should? I guess is my question. What are those challenges?
Well, it could be any number of things. You know, there are some very, families over the course of the last few decades have changed. So where father's role in the family basically have been minimal to the point where, because of either wars or other policies and practices of various systems that tended to really gear and focus more on moms and increasing their capacities, dad have kind of been left out of that process. Right. So, so oftentimes there really hasn't been a means for dad to really learn how to better be engaged or to reintegrate into the family. So this is kind of a way to really help them to really celebrate their role in the family, as well as how they can increase their capacity to be more engaged and have healthy relationships with their children and with their families. As well as we also want the systems, all of the systems that tend to work with families, to really begin to look at how they can review and revise their practices that tend to be barriers to fathers being engaged. So it's not always just the dads who don't want to be engaged. Right. Oftentimes it may be other environmental factors that's preventing them from being engaged.
That system you talked about in the first segment sometimes can be one of those barriers.
Yes.
What are some of the topics at the conference? What do dads get to hear about and learn?
We have several. We're going to have about 16 different workshops they can go to, and one of them that's we've repeated multiple years because it's been requested is a father-daughter relationship. So we have someone who will do that workshop. The workshop's about an hour and 15 minutes. They get to engage with the presenter about how they build relationship and stay in relationship with their daughter. And we know that's a real special relationship. So that's one of the topics. Another topic we have is a workshop is the legal clinic, where some of the dads can show up and ask any question they might have. And some of them might be about child support. It might be about how they might do expungement if they've been incarcerated. So we have a panel of judges and attorneys who might be able to answer some of those questions. We also, by request from the previous year, most of the attendees are men, about 95% of them are men, but we also get about 5% of women who attend, and they ask, could you do something special for us also? Yeah. So one of the things that we created for this year is called about women nurturing themselves so they can help nurture their men. So we're really looking forward to that. We think that's going to be well attended. One of the workshops that we repeat from last year to this year also is this entrepreneur workshop where we bring dads coming in who have some ideas about some of the things they want to do for us with their job, and they get to pitch one of their programs or one of their ideas in that. And we were able to gather some small funding to help them with that. Like one of the young men wanted a catering business, and so we helped provide some seed money for the funding for that. So those are just 3 of the workshops. I don't know, Derrick, if you have some others that you wanted to mention.
Yeah, a couple of the other very favorable workshops is the impact of prejudice on fatherhood, which is always a very packed, because again,
guys
that
are
yes,
shaking their head here.
yes,
Yeah.
you know, and then of course we have a faith partner workshop where we talk about fathers' engagement in church and church's responsibility to assist and help males in their congregation, as well as how they can support fatherhood and strengthen fatherhood through their faith communities. So we have a number of different workshops that are basically very popular throughout the last 6 years, 5 years.
And also, what's new to this year too, several of the fathers asked could their sons participate. So we actually carved out we expect about 100 young folks, about 13 to 17-year-olds, who's going to eventually be fathers also. So we want to start it early, kind of some of their education about what they need to do, what's important for them to do for us, delaying being a parent before they're ready, as well as how to stay safe in the community so they can grow up to be fathers later on. So that's a new part of the workshop, and we got a lot of community support for us. Folks who have some expertise in the community. For example, the Raleigh Police is even assisting with that particular workshop.
It just sounds like such a fabulous program. I could do a whole hour with you guys, but I can't. I can't. I thank you both for being here. Thank you. Up next, we are going to hear how the Family Resource Center South Atlantic helps fathers in the community. So don't go away.